Welcome back to another video, guys. So today is officially fall, so that means temperatures are dropping. This video, I'm going to give you my 5 fall fishing tips. I did a little research online actually, so these aren't just from me. I've looked them up, and I think these are the best ones and going to help benefit you guys as well. So if I'm looking down, I'm just reading my notes. So tip number 1, use bigger baits to catch bigger fish. So during the fall time, fish are trying to bulk up for winter because that's when their metabolism slows down. So they're going to be wanting to go for a bigger meal rather than like 5 smaller meals. So don't be afraid to put on a big lure. It can actually help you to trigger some big fish to bite your line. Tip number 2, it's not like fully recommended, I say this, but it is a good thing to do, is change your line. So going back to tip number 1, a lot of fish are getting bigger in the fall time. So if you have the same line from spring, summer, and into fall, most likely your line will not break, but catching these bigger fish, you don't want to have line that is old or even risk losing like a big fish, 10-pound bass. Like, it's just better to change it. It's only like $5 to change in 5 minutes of your time. So highly recommend putting some new line on there. So tip number 3, when you're fishing out there, you want to keep moving to different spots until you find the fish. What I mean fish is the bait fish. Where all the bait fish are, that means where all the other fish are going to be feeding on. So some tips you can use to help find those bait fish actually is, sometimes there is birds that are flying in the air around, circling. Any birds diving in the water, or just any little signs you can find where you find those bait fish, that's going to help you trigger a lot more bites. So look out for those bait fish. Tip number 4, I recommend slowing like your retrieve on your reel. Not necessarily like super slow, but just, I'd honestly actually recommend this. Change up your retrieve each time, and a little slower retrieve or a little faster than whatever. Just keep doing different retrieves each time and just see like what's working. Depending on the temperature, it could be slower, a lot slower, maybe a little bit faster. Just switch up the retrieves. And also recommend, for on that other note, for the retrieves, this is a really good tip that I did find online, is when you're fishing in clear water, you cast it out there, you kind of want to make the retrieve a little bit faster. Why? Because when the water's clear, fish can see the baits as soon as it hits the water. If you start reeling in it fast or faster than normal, clear water, that's going to give the fish a less amount of time to react to that. And if you're reeling it fast, it's going to attack it, rather than if you reel it slow in cold water or clear water, those fish have time to think, oh, I don't really want to eat that, it doesn't look like this. But reel it faster in clear water, you're going to get more bites. So tip number 4 again, murky water, slower retrieve. So if it's moving faster through the water, you're going to miss a lot of fish. Go slow. Once a fish sees it in murkier water, it's going to react right away, get more bites. Tip number 5, if you're using artificial lures, recommend using fish that, or lures that look anything like a shad, anything that looks like bluegills, minnow type things. Just use stuff that looks very lifelike, and you guys are gonna kill it in the fall fishing time. So if any, I hopefully some of these tips do help you out. I think these are pretty good tips. So these are the 5 best fishing tips. And shout out to this guy for the weekly comment. You actually have won a little Cast With Us box. So DM us on our Instagram to claim your prize. There's just going to be some lures in here. Going to send them out to free. So thank you for that comment. And keep sending those fishing photos to our Instagram page, Cast With Us. You guys already know that. And we will catch you guys on the next episode of Cast With Us.